Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason here, welcoming you back to more The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Last time, we finished up with a few things on Windfall Island, as well as made our way all the way down to the Forest Haven, picked up an empty bottle, kind of on our way to the Forest Haven, and we met with a great Deku Tree who was about to, have us witness one of their ceremonies, and then he was going to give us the pearl, Feor's pearl afterwards. However, we got some news that a creature of the forest named Makar fell into the Forbidden Woods, and we were tasked with going to save him, because if we didn't have to work for a pearl, well, it wouldn't be a Zelda game. And this time, well, we are here in the Forbidden Woods, and we're gonna get started. First things first, there's a treasure chest up here with some green choo-choos. I'm just kind of defeating them and stealing their jelly because we are going to use it later on. So let's go ahead and take all these guys down. And right here we have a treasure chest. Opening said chest gets us the dungeon map, which, is interesting because this is kind of the earliest point that we've really gotten a dungeon map before. It's right in the first room. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take this walnut, I think it is, and we're just going to want to toss that at that thing at the wall, or on the wall, because, or on the door, I guess, because that thing on the door, I don't exactly remember its name. I don't remember if it has a name. If it does, I probably will place it up on screen right now. But it basically will close if you get too close to it, so you have to step back and throw something at it. Alright, we're in another room. And this room is going to be very important because later on we are going to have to, come back here for some things. But we just don't have... Oh, excuse me. We don't have the necessary tools to do anything in here at the moment. Alright, so, as you can see, we don't really have any of those walnuts here. But once I defeat these choo-choos, I'll explain some more. But what we do have is a bomb flower. Go ahead and drop this bomb flower right under it and then walk away. Boom, it'll explode. Let's go ahead and keep going. Here we have some switches that we need to use our Deku Leaf on, as they will help move this, I guess, gondola type thing. I guess it wouldn't really be a gondola. Ooh, we have some more of these enemies, which means we can easily get some gold feathers racked up. So that'll be good. Because we are going to need, I think, at least 20 of those. Alright, we got some more Deku Babas as well. Go ahead and hit you. And there's some more rupees there. I'm actually going to choose to not grab those, as we don't really have any rupee upgrade or rupee pouch upgrades, and so I don't really want to grab extra, rupees unless we absolutely need them. Of course I say this, and, there is actually a... If we, can drop down here, there's actually a chest here which will contain 20 rupees. So much for, I guess, so much for whatchamacallit. I don't even know what I was going. I don't know where I was going with that. So much for not collecting rupees, I guess. All right, go ahead and bring this Bring this over here, destroy this, and we'll find ourselves another walnut. And now we have to take this all the way back to that door. Without, you know, letting it deteriorate completely, and without just letting it fall off. Alright, head through the door. Here we're gonna have some of these vines going through the floor, these spiky vines, or spiky tendrils, whatever you want to call them. We're just gonna have to, you know, use our deck of leaf to just push the chestnut, or the, you know, nut through, and then boom, we're in the next room. And this is kind of the main hub area of the dungeon. This is where we're going to revisit a little bit, because we're going to have rooms that branch off but then loop back around to this one. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and grab this. I love how I'm just getting distracted by rupees. And then we're gonna head over here. Throw that, and I completely missed. Throw that. There we go. Now we can head through the door once again. Alright. I forget what these urchin enemies are called. Once again, if I don't know an enemy's name, I'm usually gonna put the enemy's name up on the screen, just so that way it's, you know, easier for people to know what their names are, and then I don't have to like worry about looking them up in the middle of an episode. I love how I say we're not gonna collect rupees, but because I want to get all the chests in a dungeon, you know, we get 10 rupees there. Alright, let's continue on. Oops. Okay, so now what we're gonna want to do is we have a bomb flower here. We're gonna want to make it have this explode, and it has a chest inside. And obviously, because of the shape of the chest, we get, you know, the compass. And now we need to do is just throw this over here, because there's no bomb flowers over there. It's only over here, so we need to throw it over there so that way we can blast that. And now this is kind of a maze, as you can see. Like, these are just popping up all over the place, but it's basically kind of a maze that we have to get through. So we need to come down here, work around here, up here, around, and around. There we go. Now we get a chest with a small key. There's some jars here. Excuse me. There are some jars here that have things like potions, and I think one of them has a fairy, and the other I think may have a joy pendant. Yep, here's the joy pendant. Does this one have a fairy, or is it the hearts? Okay, it's just hearts. Which, I mean, hearts are useful for us because we were down to like 3. But now that we have that key, let's go ahead and continue through. Oops. Yeah, if there's too many of these guys on you, they will, you know, they will, like, hold you down. It's like, you know, an anchor. Here we get some more choo-choos. Some more chew jelly. We're actually gonna, I think, have more than enough when it comes to the potion shop on Windfall. So before we head over to the locked door, I actually want to make a detour over here, because if we do, we'll find this patch of leaves. You know, destroying it will get us a warp pot, which means now we can, you know, obviously warp back to the beginning of the dungeon anytime we wish. Don't know why we'd want to, because they're unlike, or actually there is a reason why we'd want to warp back to the beginning of the dungeon from here specifically, but, you know, we just don't have the item that we can use to do that yet. So, with that, let's go ahead and go unlock that locked door. Looks like we got some pea hats here. Let me go ahead and just, you know, get the gold feather, or the gold feather, I guess it is called, from them, and just let them fall into the water. Uh-oh, that pushed the platform back a little bit. Alright, let's continue on. Here we're gonna have more Deku Bombas. As well as another new enemy. I'm still not entirely sure what they are. Again, my brain is just like not remembering what some of these enemies are named, and that is kind of my fault, because I do remember, like, I am very acquainted with Wind Waker. It's just that some of the names are uncommon because they don't really appear all that often throughout the game, and so, like, it's harder to remember as compared to, like, say, others. I'm trying to, like, kill two birds with one stone, I guess. Alright. Anyway, doesn't appear to be anything we can throw at that door because, you know, that door's got those eye things on them, and it just, they close every time we get close to them, so I guess their only option is right here. Alright, and here we have the mini-boss of the dungeon. I believe this is Mothia? I believe that's how you pronounce the name. I'm actually literally looking at Zelda dungeon real quick, just because this is a mini-boss and I want to be able to know its name, but it's not wanting to load the thing. But yeah, I think it's Mothia. So what you can do is you can just use your Deku Leaf to swing wind at it to kind of keep it in one place, or you could also, you know, do what I'm failing to do, which is the reaction, or the parry attack. And you basically just want to destroy all of its wings. By doing so, it'll just turn into a regular enemy, and then you can just slash it a few times with jump attacks or parrying, and then it'll go down easy. Okay, I think the Forbidden Woods page of the Wind Waker wiki is not working, so I won't be able to see if that name is actually correct. But let's go ahead and grab what is in this chest. We get the boomerang. Very common Zelda item. Let's go ahead and equip it to our, I guess, Y slot. One thing I will say throughout this playthrough is you probably will never see me use the R slot, just because, you know, I just don't really enjoy using it. I just prefer to use the X and Y buttons. So even though my life could be made easier, I probably won't, you know, give a darn. Okay, there's another golden feather. I'm gonna go ahead and try to steal the golden feathers off of you two. Then use the boomerang to defeat you. Boom. But now that we have the boomerang... Oh. I think Link's actually noticing something. I'm actually gonna see what Link's noticing, because there's a thing up here. Yo, can we like grab that, please? Alright, and so here's an instance that I actually never showed off, but you can climb your grappling hook, which is actually a really cool thing. You also stop yourself from swinging as well. Let's head up here, because I think there's something up here. Just judging from, you know, Link's looking at this stuff. Ooh, and there's a chest. This chest contains a joy pendant. Well, that'll be nice to have. Gotta take a little damage, or I guess not. Alright, so now that we have the boomerang, we can now, you know, it's a long-range weapon, so now we can just destroy these without needing to be even close to them. And now that we're in here, what we're going to want to do is want to target a bunch of these at once and try to destroy them all, so that way we can make a path for us to use our Deku Leaf to get over there. One of the problems with the boomerang, I will say, is that if it hits a wall, it will come straight back at you. It doesn't like, you know, keep going. It just gets knocked back and straight at you. Alright, there we get another joy pendant. How many are we at right now? We're at 28. We are halfway done with all of the joy pendants we're going to need in the game. So we're knocking out some things pretty well. Okay, so now what I'm wanting to do, or now what we want to do, is I'm actually going to go ahead and take a detour here. Because I want to go back to that warp pod, because now that we have the boomerang, we can actually go back to a previous room and get something that we could not grab before. Hello, Choo-Choos. I'm actually thinking we're also good on Chew Jellies. Yeah, we have like 23. I think we're sitting pretty good on Chew Jelly. But yeah, now that we have the boomerang, one of the things we're gonna want to do is we're going to want to make our way all the way back up here. And then we're going to want to to head over this direction. As you can see, there's a butt up here. Coming over this way, we can just fly all the way over here. And then we'll find a chest. Now obviously this chest is going to be covered by one of these guys, which we can just use our boomerang to destroy. And then let's open it. And with it, we get a treasure chart. Very nice. Alright, one last thing to get here is actually just a regular chest here that you have to do the same thing with. And also, fun fact, the boomerang is also used as kind of a stun weapon for certain enemies. Like Choo-Choos, you can stun them with the boomerang, and it makes it easier to target, especially the green Choo-Choos who, you know, disappear into their own selves, I guess. Alright, there's a Knight's Crest here. We're going to want to take that because Knight's Crests are going to become very important, not very important. What am I, strawberry shortcake? But yeah, it's going to become very important later on in the game. Basically, every item that I grab from certain enemies is going to be something that either is going to help us later on, or it's just going to be something we're going to want to grab for later on, so that way I can show off what they do. But with that, okay, we need to see if we can get over here. But with that, that is everything in this room. And I hit him. Okay, whatever. Bro, how is that working? You know what? Screw it. I know we're in the first room, but let's do a save. Let's do a save warp. Yes, game. I know my battery is running low. But alright. So now that we are, back here and we're taking this warp pot, what we're going to want to do next is just head to the center here. And we're going to want to get out our boomerang and then aim for all the tops of, or so I thought. Oh wait, I got a grappling hook, duh. But aim for the top of the four of these four little vines. Because by doing so, we destroy that, bringing it down here and opening us up to the bottom of the dungeon. And I think that's good progress for now. We made it through, basically halfway through the dungeon, got the boomerang, went back for a treasure chart. I think we're sitting pretty good. Next time on The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker, we finish up the Forbidden Woods and bring Makar back home so he can perform in the ceremony. And of course we can get Fayor's Pearl. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you like, troops out a ton. Make sure to subscribe dibbly if you've not already. And I will see you guys all later.